Okay, hi everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia. I do go by Crescent Moon as well. So hey y'all. Well, obviously I'm in a very uplifted mood, but the topic that I'm going to talk about may be a little bit melancholy. So I'm going to adjust my camera. 1 second. I just want you to take care of yourself during this video. We do have the support of rose quartz crystals today. If you don't know, rose quartz is for attracting love and it's for healing the heart chakra. Like if you get one and put it directly over your heart, you can literally feel it. You can feel any of the pain in your heart decrease a little bit, and over time more. And I have on the bracelet as well. So this video is about trauma and how it affects our relationships. It's a lot. It really is. I'm going to be honest about that. It can be a lot. And what I'm going to talk about may be a little bit challenging. But I want you to commit to yourself. I want you to commit to your healing. And I want you to get the information that I'm sharing. I think that I have a way of explaining psychological information and incorporating spirit as well, and putting it into simple enough language without using all of the terms so that you can take it and apply it and use it within yourselves. So, trauma. What is trauma? There's so many definitions. Anything can be traumatic. Anything that you feel was traumatic for you was. Nobody can tell you that that wasn't. So we're going to focus primarily on how your trauma affects your relationships today. So I want you to imagine that when you were born, you have a sandbox within you. A sandbox. It's flat. Like you can drive straight across it and it's just easy and you're just innocent and all these great things, right? So you experience something that is extremely traumatic for you, and then it hits you and it creates an indentation in you that becomes you. It becomes you. It is instilled in your bodies. And I want to also mention that from infancy, from the time that you are in your mother's womb until up to about 7, you are extremely impressionable. The voices that you hear from your parents, from your primary caregivers, the affection that you receive, the love that you receive, it all becomes how you treat yourself. It all becomes your inner voice. For example, if you had parents who were negative towards you and told you that you're stupid or you're not good enough or all those other things. I'm sorry, it's challenging to talk about this because I really don't want to trigger anybody, but I think that it might be a little necessary, so I have to. I'm sorry in advance, but I love you, and we gonna get through this, boo. So if you heard voices from your parents that told you that you weren't good enough, and that you weren't lovable, when you get older, that is going to be that little voice in your head. That's going to be how you treat yourself subconsciously. That's how you think of yourself, self-doubt, not feeling good enough, not feeling loved. And if you were someone who was lucky and lucky enough to have parents who were very emotionally in tune with them, very affectionate towards them, gave them positive feedback, looked at them, like when they did something and it's like, look mom, look at them, be with them, validate their feelings, you are building a healthy child. You are building a child with good amounts of self-esteem and security within themselves. So Other ways that we can experience trauma is maybe through abuse, whether that be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, sexual, all of the ways that a person can be abused. It is an extremely traumatic experience because as human beings, we are very fragile. We are very, very fragile, and our body remembers everything. Your body remembers everything that you've ever experienced. Your body is literally the physical manifestation of your subconscious mind. And I will go into this later because I want to explain to you what I do with dance movement therapy, but I'm going to touch on that later. So you have this sandbox, and it has been impacted with a traumatic experience when you were a child. And as you get older, the people that you attract into your life has to fit you. When you feel extremely compatible with someone, is not someone who comes into your life with a straight sandbox. Is someone who has to like curve into yours a little bit. So the partners that you attract may trigger your wounds. If you have this traumatic belief and experience that you are not good enough and you don't deserve love and you need to chase love, like it's not going to come to you, you have to work for it. If this is the belief that has impacted your sandbox, you are going to attract partners that is a manifestation of that. You might attract unavailable partners who might be there with you sometimes, but then they might go cold sometimes, or they might be married, or they might be cheating on you, or they might not understand you or really listen to you, you know, but for some reason you love them so much. You love them so much, and you don't understand how you can love somebody that triggers these wounds for you, that makes you feel like you're not good enough. You don't understand why you're still with a person who cheats on you, or why you are attracted to people who are unavailable, women who don't want you, men who talks to a whole bunch of girls, and you really just want his attention. I want you to ask yourself, if you are that person, why are you attracted to people like this? Where in your childhood did you have to do the same thing? Work for love. Try and be good. Try and be better and good so that you can get what you need. Because as children, our hippocampus isn't fully developed yet. Like our brain isn't developed enough for us to cognitively perceive the information that you're receiving now. So when you're young, all you understand is your instinct, and you are learning as you learn as you get older. But when you're young, all you know is that you need to be loved, and you need attention, and you need protection, and you need to feel safe, and you deserve it. All children deserve it. They're so innocent. And when you don't get those needs met when you are a child, it produces something within you that needs to be seen, and it needs to be healed when you're older. Hopefully, so far you're following. The thing about it is I'm touching on so many theories. Like when I'm touching on so many theories. The attachment theory, Freudian's theory. This is like psychological information, and I'm trying to put it into the simplest terms while taking in the spiritual aspect of a person, and put it into the simplest terms and give it to you so that you can receive it. But it is something that takes a little bit of, so maybe examples and analogies might help. I'm a poet, so metaphors are very important. So like I said, the sandbox, the impact. To be honest, it's so complex because everybody is different. Everybody is different. So there's no general general information that's going to that I can say that's going to be everyone's experience. But what I want you to take from this is that when you are a child, or not even just when you're a child, to be honest, the childhood, those are the unconscious beliefs. The unconscious beliefs that you don't deserve love. The unconscious belief that you are not good enough. You are afraid of rejection. Ask yourself why you feel that way. When were you rejected? When did you not feel good enough? Think about those times. That is where your trauma lies. And you're going to attract partners that consistently fits your story. And it's not until you heal from those experiences that you will attract something that's better for you. Imagine it like this. Like, you have your sandbox, you have this indentation. If you attract a partner that has a secure attachment style, so here you're going to develop an insecure attachment style. And I'm not going to go into every type of insecure attachment style, but you can literally go on Google and type in attachment styles, read them, and see which one resonates with you. And from there, you can start doing that work. So if you attract a partner who comes from a secure attachment style, who is, might be too nice, too boring, they don't have enough chaos to fit you, it's not going to fit. You're going to feel unfulfilled, But maybe if this person is important enough, it can help you to heal your wounds and to come up and meet them. But in order for you to do that, you still have to look at your trauma. You have to look at it. Your being, your energy, your sand is like this. When you were traumatized, it becomes like this. And you want it for you to feel harmonious and balanced and attract the things that you truly, deeply desire. And I genuinely feel that as human beings, we all desire love. We all literally think about children. What do children want? They want to play. They want to have fun. They want to feel accepted. They don't want to be rejected. They want you to invite them to the party. They want a hug. When it's like, a healthy child wants a hug. Babies, they need physical touch often. And I'll make a video about that another time and tell you why babies need physical touch and how physical touch helps to regulate them, and how if you are a child who didn't get physical touch enough when you were a child, you might have a little bit of a challenging time regulating yourself. And when I say regulating yourself, I mean it may arise as anxiety. Yeah, I'll have to go into that another time. There are so many things that I'm trying to consolidate and give to you. So, why are you attracting unavailable partners? Why do you keep picking men or women who are nice and they're great, but you can't really see yourself with them long term? Why are you picking things that you know won't work out? Are you craving intimacy and craving love, but you're also literally, you're afraid? You're so afraid? Is that what's happening to you? It's very common. Very common. We crave intimacy, but we're so afraid because we've been so hurt, and we're afraid of rejection, and we're afraid that if we show our true selves that the person may not like us anymore, or that they might leave us. Like if you have been abandoned as a kid, you may have this indentation here. Might be abandonment issues. It might be neglect issues. There's so many things. There's so many things that we are experiencing in life, and we don't have an understanding about it because, I'm not going to say because, to be honest, your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind is like, think of it as like the dark closet in the back of your brain, or not even in the back, because it genuinely is all integrated, but think of it as the dark matter that is very difficult to see. What you're conscious of, you can think about. You know, you're conscious of the fact that you like to wear pink sometimes. You know, you're conscious of the fact that you like cars. You're conscious of the fact that you are addicted to strippers. But in the unconscious is the reason why these things. And the unconscious is all of the information that controls you and controls your life and controls the vibration that you're attuned to and controls the people that you create and controls your thoughts and controls your feelings. So the reason why I'm going to say, okay, so now that you understand what the unconscious is, the dark closet in your brain that has all the information that fuels everything that you are consciously aware of. The reason why I recommend that if you are having issues in the relationships, or if you're having issues within yourself, or if you're just having issues in life and you have experienced trauma, which most of us have experienced trauma. I mean, I think that it's probably pretty difficult to go through this lifetime without experiencing something at some point. And it's not just childhood. You can experience a traumatic relationship when you're older. You can be in an abusive relationship. And literally, okay, this visual might help you. So, okay, I gave you the visual of the sandbox. But imagine your body and your aura is around you. Your energetic field is consistently around your body. And when you are abused, if someone punches you or if someone touches you when you weren't supposed to be touched, if someone curses at you and tells you that you're bad, it impacts your energy field. It's not necessarily full anymore. It might be lacking a little bit. You know, here, when your sandbox is indented, it might be lacking a little bit. So you're going to look for things to fill what we will call a void. You have a void within you. You don't feel full. You have a hard time regulating your life or completely loving yourself. You may not even know what loving yourself means. Or if you know what love yourself means, you might not even really know how to do it because it's weird. You know, when you first hear the term love yourself, now it just sounds pretty cliche, but I'm going to tell you. Now I'm happy. I think this is the message that I want you to receive out of this whole video. And I really hope that you understood what I was saying before. I really hope that I really hope that this message was something that you can understand. But this is what I want you to really take from this video. When you hear love yourself, this is what it means to me. And it works, trust me. That little child within you. If your name is Billy, little Billy. If your name is Tashera, that little Tashera within, imagine her or him. If you can, I would advise putting your hands on your heart, closing your eyes, and imagining the little child within. The child that has been hurt. The first age that comes to mind it's a reason why that age came to mind. What happened at that age? What did you need at that time? Did you need to be heard? Did you need someone to tell you that you're doing a good job? Did you need to be validated? Did you need to be loved? Did you need a friend? Did you need someone to protect you? Did you need somebody to protect you at that age and you didn't get it? You did not get your need met. And that child that didn't get its needs met is stuck in your body. It is inside of your body at that age and it is hurting. And if it hasn't processed what it's went through, if it hasn't processed the emotion that it experienced at that time, It's going to be there still. You have to process it. And sometimes when things like that happen at a very, very young age, you don't have the capacity to really process it. And that's why it's important for adults. That's why it's important. That's why adults are important. That's why caregivers are important. That's why our mothers and our fathers are important. They're the ones who helps us through that, helps us to process that, or processes it for us, or even just say, or just defend you. It could be something as simple as defending you against whoever hurt you. That inner child within you needs love. Whatever they needed at that age, that is what your job as an adult is. Your job as an adult is to give your inner child what it needs. If your inner child needed to be protected, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Tell yourself that you are safe. You are safe. I am here now. I will not let anything happen to you. Yes. I will not let anything happen to you. If you heard messages, consciously or subconsciously, somebody verbally said it or their actions told you, like if you had a parent who's unavailable, they may not have said it. You're not important, but their absence made you feel that way. So if you have inside of you that you are not good enough, don't just throw yes you are on top of it. Understand why. Sit with your inner child. Sit with him or her and ask her, why don't you feel that way? What made you feel that way? And allow the inner child to experience their emotions. Cry. And I know at that time it might be easy to leave yourself. And when I say leave yourself, I mean pick up your phone and start scrolling through Facebook, call somebody, go and do a drug, go and have a drink, go and call someone, have sex, addictive behaviors. It might be easy to try and escape those emotions. Well, it will be easy to try and escape those emotions because they hurt so bad. But what you have to understand is that if you really want to heal, you have to be with your inner child. Be with yourself. Be with those emotions. And don't reject them. Don't tell them that you can't have those emotions. And if you are someone who, when you experience negative emotions and you tell yourself that you're not allowed to have them, I want you to sit there and really think about who told you that you wasn't allowed to have emotions. When you used to cry, did somebody tell you to shut up? Did they not validate your feelings? Did they not listen to you? Did they tell you that you were crazy? So, because if that happened when you were a kid, when you become older, that's what you're going to do to yourself. You're going to be like, why do you feel that way? Stop crying. I don't need to be upset. You're going to be very uncomfortable with your emotions. But what you also have to understand is that as a person, you are a lot of different layers. You have your emotional body. You have your physical body, your spiritual body, your energetic body. You have your mental. Everything is integrated. And if you are rejecting a part of yourself, it will manifest itself in other ways because it can't go anywhere. Energy can't die. It can only be transmuted. So unconsciously you may act out. Unconsciously you might start doing drugs. Unconsciously you might start drinking. Unconsciously you might be like, oh my God, why can't I sit with myself? Oh my gosh, my thoughts keep racing. What is going on? You need to listen to them. You need to be with them. You need to sit with that inner child. Be the parent. Be the friend. Be whatever that it needed. And allow it to be sad. You have to allow yourself to be sad. You have to allow yourself to be upset and to feel hurt. Allow yourself to be angry if some anger comes up. I'm not saying go and act it out, but if you can handle it, if you can handle these emotions, which we all do, we all can, but if you feel like you might hurt yourself or hurt someone else, please don't do this by yourself. That's what therapists are here for. That's what counselors are here for. If you feel like you have trauma that is so deep, so intense, that you feel like you might not have any control, it's okay to not want to do this alone, and understand that there's so much help out there. There's so much help. There's so many different types of assistance that you can get. But just to conclude that thought, you have to love your inner self. You have to love your inner child. You have to be with them. You have to listen to them. You have to take your arms, wrap it around yourself, and love yourself. That is loving yourself. If you don't feel good enough, tell yourself, I understand why you felt that way, but that wasn't the truth. You were good enough, and you are good enough. And you deserve to be loved. If you didn't get what you need, as you get older, as you get a little bit mature, you'll see that the people that hurt us were hurting. The people that hurt us were hurting. Sometimes the wounds that we carry, they're not even the wounds of ourselves. They may be the wounds of our caregivers, the wounds of our family members. They're crap. I'm so sad a little bit, like, because it's a lot. And I know that I'm just talking and I'm just trying to help you understand, but I'm going to take a breath so that you can feel it in your bodies. I'm going to take a moment and slow down a little bit so that you can feel this in your body. I want you to think about what happened to you. Where did this all begin? Why do I like what is not good for me? Why? Why am I insecure? Why do I not feel like I'm enough? Why do I feel that way? Where do those messages come from? Are they true? Are they genuinely true? Is there a lot of evidence that says that I'm not good enough? And if you say yes, then you need to fucking stop. Because yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are very good enough. You are very much good enough. You are very important. You are very special. There is nobody else in this world likes you. Nobody deserves anything more than you do. I'm not saying be jealous of other people or be envious, but if you see something, if you can think it, you can have it, and you deserve it. And you need to heal yourself so that you can come into the vibration of understanding that you can have whatever you want. You can, if that's love, if whatever, you can have whatever you want. You deserve it. And if you think that you don't, something's wrong. You need to go inside and look at that. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is my video about trauma and how it affects your relationships. I want you to look at yourself. And I want to also say that when I say look at yourself, it's not just about in the mind. We can understand anything in the mind. Oh, the reason why I'm this way is because this happened. Da, 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 da. I'm okay now. I'm aware. No, baby. Your body has to feel it. Your body has to grieve that. You have to allow yourself to feel it on a kinesthetic level for it to be released. When you experience trauma, it becomes instilled in your body. It's in your body. Your body remembers everything. So you have to feel it on a kinesthetic level. And if that means that you might feel weak for a little bit, and you might sob, and you might scream, and you might cry, and you might, want to throw something, go to a safe place and do that. Go to a safe place. Even if you're not comfortable with you don't have to allow yourself to fall into a state of depression. You don't have to do that. Put Allow yourself to be upset for one night. Allow yourself to cry, cry, cry. Whatever you need to get out, allow yourself, give yourself permission to cry. Give yourself permission to be upset. Give yourself permission to be sad. Don't be the person in your childhood that told you that it was not okay to have feelings, because yes, it is. You're supposed to have feelings. That's how you were created. So, yes, look at yourselves. Look at yourself. Look at you. Look at your inner child. And this might be kind of difficult for people to do. You know, I'm not going to make excuses for you, though, and tell you that you can't do this on your own, because I've talked to so many people, and with this information that I gave them about loving their inner child, it has really helped them to heal themselves. It has really helped them to begin that process. So I know that you can do it, but I do highly recommend seeing a counselor or seeing a therapist. And I'm not telling you that just because I'm in the field. I'm telling you that because I'm in the field and I know what we do. I know what we do. I know how necessary mental health is. So, if you remember when I was telling you about the unconscious and the subconscious, what a therapist and a counselor or a trained professional does is bring those things that are in the dark parts of your mind to your conscious mind so that you can see it, you can face it, you can process it, you can deal with it, you can release it. It can be released. The things that are stuck in your body, stuck in blocking your energy, stuck in blocking things within yourself. A therapist understands the science of the mind and can help you to connect your conscious life, what you're experiencing in your life consciously, to your unconscious, and you see things and you see yourself. You can begin to see yourself and be like, well, damn, I didn't know that, you know? So what I do, what I'm studying right now, and I'm almost finished school, so I'm very excited. I get to practice this, even though I'm already practicing now as an intern and I already, like, whatever, but I'm a dance movement therapist. It's a form of creative arts therapies. I work very closely with music therapists and art therapists too. So we all do kind of similar things, but in different ways. We use the creative arts as a way of therapy, but not saying pull out a picture and let's color it. Let's do a dance. Let's do some yoga. Let's listen to a song. It's not like that. And I'm going to explain what dance movement therapy is, and I'm going to try and simplify it, but you have to understand the importance. So please be with me. Your body is the physical manifestation of the subconscious mind. That black, dark part in your mind that I told you about. Your body is a physical manifestation of that. And through your movements, dance movement therapists are trained to see the things that are happening in the subconscious. So through movements, through changing certain ways that you move, say for instance, like Hitler, he's like very bound and very like, but you know, and when you're bound and when you're like real tight and what that is, you can even feel it on an energetic level. You're resistant to feeling. You're resistant to allowing your emotions to flow through you. You're resistant to allowing yourself to just relax. And when you start to move from walking around all tight to just kind of more of a state of free flow, your emotions will flow a little bit better, and you'll be able to really tap into the unconscious and the subconscious, and you'll be able to connect the things that are happening in your body to something that you can understand on a mental level. What does this movement remind you of? What is happening while you are moving? You'll be able to connect it to what you're going through. You'll be able to connect it to, you know, the things that you'll talk about in a in a therapy setting, if you were sitting on a couch and talking about therapy. It's just that we do that through movement and through verbal processing as well. But hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. If you are very curious about dance movement therapy, and you want me to make a separate video really explaining to you what we do and maybe giving you a little bit more information, I will do that. You can comment, like my channel, subscribe, because it's only going to get better. It's only going to get like more important. I'm only giving you what you need. I'm only giving you what you need. I'm outside. You came to this video because you needed to. I'm talking to you because you need to. And I might feel like I need to do this. So I hope that this helps someone. I mean, I know that this has helped someone. And if you watch this whole video, thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for being with me, for being with yourself, for being present. If you need to watch this video at another time, if you need me to help to explain something a little bit more in depth, because a lot of things that I touched on did have a lot of foundation in theories, and the theories are very dense, and I try to consolidate them for you. So if you need more information, or if you need more understanding, or if you just want to comment and just say anything, if you want to comment below and say, I commit to myself, I love myself, I love my inner child, please do that. That would make me so happy. If this video has helped you, please show me by liking this video. When I see that you like the video, it's telling me, okay, they like it, so I'm going to keep giving it to them. Okay, so this is me doing a good job. I'm doing a good job at what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to tell you what you need to hear in a way that you receive it well. So I'm going to conclude this video by saying thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for existing. The world would not be the same without you. I want to tell you that you are loved. You are deeply loved. And even if you don't feel that way all the time, if you feel that you're not loved, that's an issue. And the reason why it's an issue is because you should be the one loving yourself. If you feel that no one outside of yourself is loving you the way that you need to, do not walk around needing to be loved a particular way and looking for it in other people, even though you will get it and you might get it from other people or something that resembles love. Only you can fill that void. Nobody can fill that void completely. You want to become whole. You want to take this indentation and work through your wounds and clear out the sand and smooth it out and become whole again, so that you can start to attract a partner that doesn't fit something that's uncomfortable, something that will only fit this. And, okay, this is my last little point. When you become like this, when you heal your wounds, when you become a straight sandbox again, when you become innocent again, when you believe in yourself again, like when when you're healthy, if you attract a person whose wounds is like this or like that, it's not going to fit. You might connect in a particular area, but it's not going to merge correctly. It's not going to feel right anymore. You're only going to be able to attract things that fit you. Okay? So I love you so much. I really do. I love myself. I love you. Take care of yourself. Be awesome. Goodbye.